Hello, everyone. My name is Manan Luthra. Joining me today is one of Australian cricket's youngest and brightest prospects. He lit up the 2020-2021 Big Bash League with 21 wickets, the fifth highest among all bowlers in the competition, earned a contract with Cricket New South Wales at the age of 18, and has just been selected as part of Australia's T20 squad, touring New Zealand alongside the likes of Alex Carey, Matthew Wade, and Adam Zampa. Here to talk leg spin, his cricket journey, and more with Indian Link is 19-year-old ace Tanveer Sangha. Tanveer, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Look, let's get right into it. You've had a golden summer so far, drawing adulation from cricket legends and fans alike, and it's only continuing. How do you feel about it all?
I'm obviously very excited about it all because obviously there's so much attention that I brought to myself. But I'm definitely just trying to be grateful for the opportunity because obviously I've never been selected. This is my first time. I'm just really excited to learn and challenge myself over here.
All right, and tell me about your cricket journey. Tell me about the process by which you got here from club level to, well, quarantine in New Zealand at the moment.
Well, I started off playing cricket just as any normal kid would. I would play soccer in winter and I would play cricket in summer. So it was like a seasonal thing. And then as I got a bit older and I started playing leg spin when I was about 13, I got more serious into it. So I actually started training more, started watching more cricket videos, actually started watching cricket, like the games in India, Australia, India, Pakistan, like all those rivalries, which got me really into it. And then that's when I started making the local rep squads. And then when I was 16, or 15, I made my first New South Wales representative team. And from that tournament, I made my first Australian under-16s team versus Pakistan under-16s, and that's where I met Fawad Ahmed. And then from then on, I made the Australia under-17s and Australia 19s, and then the obviously under-19 World Cup. And then the year after, which is this year, I played with Sydney Thunder.
And what would you say has been the highlight of your career so far?
I'll definitely want to say on Big Bash season, but I really enjoyed my time over in the Under-19 World Cup. We had one of the most amazing games I've been a part of. Our quarterfinal against England was one of the best games I've ever been a part of.
And let's go right back to the start. What is the earliest cricket memory you have?
Maybe when I was 9, I started playing in my under-10s local team for Ingleburn RSL. And we only allowed to bat 2 overs, so just chop and change. Even you can get out as many times as you want, so it was all about fun back then. And I remember, out of those 12 balls, I maybe hit 2 or 3. So I wanted to keep on batting, but I wasn't allowed to.
And were you a leg spinner from that time as well?
No, definitely pace, and I felt pretty quick back then.
What made you transition from pace bowling to leg spin bowling?
Well, I thought about it because I got a bit more older, understanding cricket more, and I thought I was really fast because I was when I was 9 and 10 years old. But then as I got older, batsmen got better. I started becoming a more medium type or slow medium. So then I changed to off spin, but then couldn't really grip the ball because my fingers weren't that big. So then I went to leg spin.
Okay, and with all the experiences that you mentioned, I mean, playing club cricket, learning things from Fawad Ahmed, your experience watching and understanding cricket gives you a really unique perspective on the game for someone of your age. And I want to really dig into that perspective. As you know, India toured Australia recently, 2-1 series victory. I don't think many, if any, saw it coming. What are your thoughts on that series, and what were the kind of standout moments or takeaways that you, as an up-and-coming international cricketer, take from a series like that?
Well, I definitely saw so many ups and downs, so many amazing performances from both sides, especially more from India. But I just feel like with so many injuries and so many downtimes for the India quarantining and everything like that they still fought so hard on the field and put so much passion that I always see from Indian fans and players. They have so much passion and love for the game. And I reckon that really helped them come out in the series. And they kept fighting. Even the new players that got the opportunity, they definitely took the opportunity and absolutely fought every time they got opportunity and tried to stand out for their country. So I reckon that's what like is similar to me. Like obviously, if I get my opportunity, I want to take it and try and stand out there and show what I can do as well, just like the Indian team did.
Has that got you thinking maybe about playing in the IPL later in your career?
Definitely. I've watched IPL and I definitely know it's one of the best T20 leagues in the world. And I see how much passion and how much the crowd gets involved and the atmosphere, how unbelievable it is. When I was younger, I supported Kings 11 Punjab, but now that I'm really getting into it, it honestly doesn't bother me. But I'd definitely love to be a part of it.
So if you were to play for an IPL team, would it be the Kings 11 or would it be, for example, RCB, the Mumbai Indians? Which team would you like to play for if you could choose?
If I could choose, it would be Kings 11 because I've supported them from the start. But it honestly really doesn't bother me because I know how much I could learn and how much experience I could gain from just being a part of that league.
Mm. And looking to sort of T20s, I figured that would be heavy on your mind at the moment. What are you looking forward to in this upcoming series against New Zealand?
I'm definitely looking forward to just being out there with all the senior guys, so much experience at international level, like bowling to them, asking questions to them, just training with them and seeing the intensity and the quality they train out, what they're trying to do, what's their purpose every time they go out to train. Just the little 1%ers that really help them get that edge to the next level or get them advantage over other players. I reckon that's really key when you get to this high level because we're all very skilled, obviously, but those little 1% is what really makes you that better person and that better player.
Mm. And with that sort of goal, with that sort of interest in learning from those older players, how do you feel like that has created a dynamic between the younger and the older players?
I definitely reckon there's obviously more experience with the senior players, but then with the younger players, they have a bit more like freedom, they have a bit more confidence because it's not that same expectation that they have from the senior players. So that's how I try to do my Big Bash, and that's how I know like my other partner in Sydney Thunder, Ollie Davies, try to do it. Just have a bit more freedom, play a natural game because I didn't feel like I had that much expectation on me. So I try to be confident and back myself in my own game. So that's what I'm going to try and do here, even in like the nets, try and back myself, try and work out plans that I think will work and obviously talk to the other guys and just try and like communicate and absorb as much information.
I like that you reference a lot of your younger teammates a lot, and I want to ask a question about that. Obviously, you're on the tour. Josh Phillip Hayes with you as well. How well do you know the kind of younger players of the T20 squad? Have you played with them before? Have you gotten to know them sort of off the cricket field?
Well, I've never actually played with anyone in the squad, and I've only obviously versed them in Big Bash, and I've never really like met them off field because I haven't played any domestic cricket in Australia. So this is the first time I'll ever be, I reckon, with any of them. But I did like train with Ashton Agar before, and like I've bowled to a couple of the batters in the nets, but not much more than that.
Mm. I like the reference to Ashton Agar. I mean, obviously, Australian T20 Player of the Year last year, and I think certainly an idol for a lot of young cricketers coming up. And I want to ask about the cricket heroes themselves. Who your cricket heroes are, and I ask that with respect to two categories. First of all, like the older cricketers, say sort of Sachin era and before, and then who are your cricket heroes in terms of the more modern game, say from the last 5 or 6 years?
Well, my teammates always tease me about it, but I'm so bad with like old cricket history, like so bad. Like they're like shocked. I don't know that player. I don't know this player, and they just throw names at me. So I definitely don't have a favorite player from that old times. It's really bad, but I never really watched cricket, and I never really went that far because in school I hated history. So I just hate any history related, anything history related. I don't like. So I even don't have a favorite player for my modern, but I really loved watching MS Dhoni bat and like how he went about it, his behavior, and just like acts towards the games, just try and win every game as possible.
Okay, and I suppose that kind of brings me really well into the next question. Watching people like MS Dhoni growing up, watching sort of more modern cricket. Do you have any advice for anyone from a South Asian background like yourself? Like, the viewers of Indian Link who might want to play for Australia one day, those who are, still at club level or even still at school level? What would you advise them?
Well, I always thought as like having a really good balance is very important between like school, obviously work, life, and then having that cricket life. Shouldn't always be cricket. And obviously there's the great, well, always people say hard work. So there's a lot of balls that go into a lot of facing a lot of balls, spending a lot of time in the nets. So there's a lot of quality involved and a lot of volume involved as well. So I reckon, but having that balance and knowing what training quality is rather than a lot of volume. So quality really helped me towards the back end of my training last few years, that having that quality instead of the quantity because of my back injury. So I reckon really that's a really big one for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now we're going to do a couple quick fire questions, Tanveer, only 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Are you ready for those?
Yeah, I might not have an answer for some of those but I'll try my best.
Okay. First of all, what's one unique or special thing you bring in your suitcase when you're traveling?
I really don't have anything special in my suitcase because I haven't found something really special to bring along. But I was going to buy the PS5, but I haven't got it yet.
So just a lot of kit at the moment, is it?
Yeah.
What's your nickname amongst the T20 squad or other teams that you've played in?
There's countless lists. It just changes every time I'm in a new squad. Like in the Thunder, it was like Tanners, and then in my grade cricket club, it's Sang, and then even in New South Wales, Sausage, TVS. The list just goes on. There's so many.
Which one has been your favourite so far?
I just like it simple. Sang, that's my favorite. But obviously there was Jason Sang in the Thunder, so they had to make a new one, and even New South Wales, so they have to make a new one. Otherwise, we both look when somebody calls our name. So it gets quite annoying.
Tanveer, 3 words on why you like cricket.
Passion, teamwork, and fun.
Tanveer, what is the score line for the T20 series against New Zealand? What is your prediction?
I would say 3-2 to Australia.
Always with the Aussies. Thank you so much, Tanveer, or Sang, as I think you might prefer. Thank you so much for your time today. Look, best of luck against New Zealand. We, the Indian community at Indian Link, we all look forward to seeing where your cricketing journey takes you, and we all know it's going to take you far.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is Manan Luthra from Indian Link in conversation with Tanveer Sangha.